بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلي وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد، أي نعم، أيوة. explanation of a summary of العقيدة الحموية في ابن تيمية. فتح رب البرية بتلخيص الحموية للشيخ الإسلام ابن تيمية. شرعه إمام محمد بن صالح العثيمين. explained by إمام محمد بن صالح العثيمين. Chapter 3, part 3, the book of Tajheel, the categories of the young people concerning the belief in Allah and the last day. The book of Tajheel, the accusation of others as being jahal or ignorant. Many of them try to associate others with themselves with the Sunnah and the followers of the Salaf. The reality of the methodology is that whatever the Prophet ﷺ has come with of the text about Allah's attribute, they are mere unknown, incomprehensive words. No one knows their meanings, not even the Prophet ﷺ himself. He related many hadith of the attribute, yet he did not know their meanings. On top of this, they also say that there is no place for the intellect when they're dealing with the attributes of Allah. This method of theirs means that the Prophet ﷺ, nor his companions, nor the Imams of the Salaf had any intellectual knowledge and no revealed knowledge regarding this matter. This is from the most ridiculous of statements. Their way in dealing with the attributes is to accept only their wordings while believing their meanings are completely unknown. Some of them oppose one another, saying that they are to be accepted upon their apparent meanings, yet along with the different interpretation, that no one except Allah. This is an obvious contradiction. For if it was, if what it is really intended is other interpretation known only to Allah, different from the apparent meanings of the text, then how could one accept them upon the apparent meanings? Regarding the way of these people, the Shaykh Ibn Taymiyyah said in his book Al-Aql wal-Naql, volume 1, page 121, it is clear that the statement of those who believe the meanings are completely known. Those who claim they follow the Sunnah and the Salaf, it is one of the most evil statements of all the people of innovation and advance. The bogus proof these people who say the meanings of the text are unknown use is them. Pause that most of the Salaf make after the statement except Allah while reading the ayah. فأما الذين في قلوبهم زيغ فيتبعون ما تشبه منه ابتغاء تأويله وما يعلم تأويله إلا الله والراسخون في العلم يقولون آمنا به كل من عند ربي. As for those in whose heart is a deviation, they follow the word that which is unspecific, seeking discord, seeking an interpretation that is with them, and no one knows its interpretation except Allah. And those firm in knowledge say, we believe in it, all of it is from our land. They make it clear themselves the erroneousness of this proof due to the two reasons. Firstly, they assert that the ayat of the attributes are from the specific text. Secondly, they also assert that the interpretation mentioned in the ayah is changing the words apparent meaning to different meaning that contradict it. The result is that all of the ayat dealing with the attributes have meanings that contradict the apparent ones, and no one knows them except Allah. Refuting this group is by the following points. First, we ask them what they mean by unspecific, by which they refer to all of the ayat of the attributes. Do they mean the meaning is unspecific and hidden, or do they mean that they actually how the attributes are is specified? If they mean the first meaning, which is in effect what they mean, then the ayat of the attributes are not from this type because their meanings are clear and apparent. If what they were to mean is the second meaning, then it is true that the ayat are of this type. This is because no one knows the actuality of the attributes and how they are except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This being said, it is not correct to refer to the ayat of the attribute as being unspecific. As mentioned in the ayah above, rather the previously mentioned details must be kept in mind. Second, by them saying that the interpretation mentioned in the ayah is changing the word's apparent meaning to a different meaning that contradicts it. It's not correct. This is a new definition to interpretation. As mentioned in the ayah, neither the Arabs in general nor the companions among whom the Quran was revealed in their language knew this to be intended meaning. On the contrary, what was well known to them is that this interpretation could have two meanings. What is meant is the explanation and the interpretation in this way was known to those possessing strong knowledge, such as Ibn Abbas who said, I'm one of those firm in knowledge who know its interpretation. Upon this meaning, many of the Salaf post reciting after, except Allah and those firm in knowledge from the previous ayah. What also could be meant is the actuality of something and its end, a result or outcome upon the mismeaning the interpretation of what Allah has informed us about regarding Himself. And regarding the last day is not actually known to us. Introduction in this way is the actuality and how his attribute and the last day really are is unknown to us, as Imam Malik and others have said regarding this tower and other such issues. Upon this meaning, most of the Salaf hold the post in the recitation of the aforementioned ayah to be, and no one knows its interpretation except Allah. The other point in referring to these people is that Allah revealed the Quran for it to be put over. He encouraged us to reflect upon it in entirety, making no exception with the ayat of the attribute. The encouragement to reflect upon it means that it is possible to arrive at its intended meanings. Otherwise, it will be meaningless to reflect upon it. Pondering upon something means to gain more than empty speech. The speech of Allah and His Messenger ﷺ are far above this. The encouragement is to reflect upon all of it with no exceptions. It shows that the ayat of the attributes have real meanings, and it is possible to reach them by reflecting upon them. The closest of people in understanding these meanings are the Prophet ﷺ and his companions. The Quran was revealed in their language, and they were the first people to reflect upon it, especially upon the most important part of the religion, knowing Allah and His attributes. Abu Abdurrahman as-Salami said, those who used to read the Quran upon Uthman bin Affan, Abdullah bin Masud, and others narrated to us that whenever they used to learn 10 ayat from the Prophet, they will not move on past them until they learn them and what they contain of knowledge and action. We learn the Quran knowledge and action at the same time. So knowing this, how is it practical to assume they were ignorant of the meanings of the ayat regarding Allah's attribute? Well, this is the most important part of the religion. For the settlement of these people suggests that Allah has revealed in His book text with clear wordings yet empty in truth. According to this, they are nothing more than mere alphabetical letters. This totally contradicts the wisdom of Allah, with which He has revealed the book and sent the messengers. No, it's now known from what has preceded that there could be three meanings of interpretation. One, it could mean an explanation and correction of the meaning. This is the meaning according to most of the tafsir scholars. From this is the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam statement of Ibn Abbas, Allahumma faqihu fi din wa allimhu ta'wil. O Allah, give him understanding the religion and teach him the interpretation. This meaning is well known to the scholars regarding the ayat of the attributes. 2. It could also mean the actuality of something. This meaning is known to be from meanings of interpretation as used in the Quran and Sunnah, as in the ayah هل ينظرون إلا تأويله. Do they wait anything by its interpretation? The actuality, Surah Al-Araf, Surah 7, verse 53. And this means ذلك خير وأحسن تأويلا. That is the best way and best for a final determination. Therefore, the interpretation of the ayat of the attributes upon this meaning is the true, and actually of them this is known only to Allah. 3. The final meaning of interpretation is to change the apparent meaning of a word to another contradictory to one. This is the meaning of modern speakers and others. This meaning is further broken down into two types: a correct and an incorrect meaning. As for the correct type, it is to change the meanings of a word based upon a proof. Another of this is changing Allah's statement. فإذا قرأت القرآن فاستعذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. So if you recite the Quran, then seek refuge with Allah from Satan, the rejected. So if you recite the Quran, then seek refuge with Allah from Shaitan, the rejected. To make the meaning, if you want to recite, as for the incorrect meaning, it is to change the meaning of a word. We do not prove an example of this type is to change the meaning of the istiwa of Allah on His throne to mean conquering, or to change the meaning of His hand to strength or favor, and other such distortions.